So, anyway, with that, we will move alphabetically among the candidates now, beginning with Cindy Hall. And candidates, by the way, you may make your remarks either seated or standing. That is your choice.
Hello, I'm Cindy Hall. I'm running for Congress as a grassroots candidate, a Tea Party participant, a 30-year business owner in real estate investment, aviation, and nonprofit. I am running as a community and political participant and activist, a small government advocate, and most importantly, as a fiscal and social conservative who has no alliances with and has not received any donations from special interest groups or unions whose political philosophy is in opposition to my Republican values. If elected to Congress, I will encourage term limits, will oppose additional spending in Congress, oppose cap and trade, oppose the horrendous Obamacare, oppose amnesty for illegals, support our military strength, and reduce the size of government by bringing it back to the states and to the people. My campaign for Congress began a year ago, March 2009. I have visited every county in the district, attended Republican and Tea Party functions, seminars, town halls, and have traveled twice to protest in Washington, D.C. Although I cannot do anything in Congress now, my campaign has been active in community projects with the purpose of contributing to job creation and education in West Virginia. My goal has been to revitalize our downtowns in order to open up space for small business, which will put people back to work. We envision our depressed town of Wheeling as a model in the state for smart codes to allow our older buildings a new life instead of being destroyed. We have also formed a jobs group called Micro Business Co-op, where we help set up new businesses for persons wanting work. He's signaling me to stop. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll hear from Patty Levinson.
Good evening. My name is Patricia Van Gilder Levinson. I was born and raised in Fairmont, West Virginia, and raised my family in Wheeling with Robert, my husband of 41 years. We are the parents of 3 sons and 2 grandchildren. Runaway deficits and out-of-control spending have created a financial nightmare that our children and our grandchildren will inherit if we don't put a stop to it. This election is not about me. It is about us, our families, and our children. I want my children to have the same benefits that I had growing up in America and enjoy all the opportunities I had by living in the most free and prosperous nation in the world. Our Constitution is the best framework for preserving individual freedom. I will defend it. If elected, I will battle advancements from any party that attempts to diminish our God-given freedoms. It will be an honor to serve you. It will not be a career. I bring common sense solutions based on my experience, my fortitude, and values passed down to me by generations of religious, hard-working individuals that overcame obstacles much greater challenges to the life and liberty than we now face. I do not represent any personal interests. I will build on the principles that we as West Virginians hold to be true. Private enterprise, the free market system. Visit my website, please.
Next, David McKinley.
My name is David McKinley. I'm a civil engineer and a lifelong resident of Wheeling. 4 children, 5 grandchildren, soon to be a 6th grandchild in our family. But I'm particularly blessed with my wife, Mary. She has stood beside me as we've ventured throughout this area that when we served in the legislative arena for 14 years, when I ran for governor in '96. She was patient with me and endured all that time. She's been with me as we invested back in Wheeling. When people have talked about economic development, Mary and I, with her support, have been doing it for years, trying to make Wheeling a better place. We believe very much in what we do. Our own company that we started 29 years ago with just one person has now grown to be one of the largest architectural and engineering practices in the state of West Virginia. We've been patient, but we've been diligent. We've been resourceful about how we spent the time to build our company and keep it strong. All of our firms have been successful. But I share this frustration. It was 14, 16 years since I was in political office. I see the frustration out there. That's one of the beauties of being out in politics, is to see what's going on out there. When you see people that are hungry, that are looking for jobs, they want their children to be back here in West Virginia. I get so frustrated when I watch the Obama administration pushing Pelosi and Reid, pushing issues that have failed. They betrayed our country. They've given us a 10.5% unemployment, spending that's out of control, and a war on coal that is the very heartbeat of West Virginia. And now they're trying to force down us a health care bill that the people don't want. It's just bigger government and less freedom for people. I guess we're going to have to address a lot of this back in the final sessions, but that's our agenda, is looking at fundamental issues that create jobs. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Tom Stark.
Good evening. My name is Tom Stark. I'm from Parkersburg. I'm a Christian businessman, operating a very small business that supports my wife and I. My wife Mary has moved. She's over here. She's a constant inspiration to me, and I couldn't do any of this without her. I have a bachelor's degree from Barry University in Florida, and I've almost completed a master's degree in organizational management. I've spent 27 years solving problems for business and for government. The last 15 years of those were spent in public service in Orange County, Florida. After living through 12 presidents, I can tell you, I've seen a lot of things happen, good and bad, with presidents and with Congress. And what's happening right now is absolutely immoral. And that is why I'm here. I'm here solely to accomplish as much as possible for you, the voters of the 1st District, to take it to the fight and to provide you with a representative from within your ranks. Most of the experiences in my life are very similar to yours. I have not been a particularly privileged individual, but I have worked hard, and I really hold dear the principles of faith, family, life, personal responsibility, and freedom. And most of all, the core of my political beliefs centers around one word, and that's the Constitution. Without that Constitution, this country would not be the country it is. And we have to get back to following that Constitution the way the founders called for it to be followed. This is one of the reasons why I've spoken out in opposition to legislation that undermines business and the security of American citizens. Just as recently as this past week or two, John McCain, of all people, introduced a bill that denies U.S. citizens the right to due process. This kind of thing has to stop. But there's just some of the reasons why I'm asking voters to carefully vet the candidates and pick the one that suits their principles. Thank you.
And now we will hear from